Midnight Deep Dive begins now. Here we go. We got some fire. We got some ducks.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Chris?
Here at the end of The War Within, the first dramatic chapter of the World Soul Saga, we've seen the us into the depths of the world, and even to worlds cast out in the great dark beyond. We've seen our villain Xalatath running around and amassing untold power. We've seen her siphon the energies of Dalaran, and even those of the black blood beneath Azj-Kahet. And recently, Xalatath assumed the power of the last Void Lord, Dimensius. So the question remains, what will she do with all that power? And what are her intentions relative to our precious World Soul?
This is cozy.
So now, as midnight descends, and the second, darker chapter of our trilogy begins, Xalatath has returned to Azeroth, leading an army known as the Devouring Host, intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into darkness. You, the heroes of Azeroth, will be set on a collision course with Xalatath to save not only Azeroth itself, but everything that is.
Sick. All right, cozy. Alpha footage right here, baby. This is midnight. We got housing. We got, is there a, okay, Sunwell or a new city? Midnight deep dive. Here we go. Thanks for the bits, brother.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
As
Ian.
we kick off our Midnight Alpha, we'd like to give you all a deep dive into what's in store. We want to recap everything we've shared so far, along with some brand new details. Today, we're going to talk about the story of Midnight, as well as the zones, dungeons, delves, and raids that await if you want to save our world from Xalatath. We're also going to talk about some big new features coming in Midnight, like Prey and the Devourer Demon Hunter specialization.
I want to check
that out.
And of course,
let's not forget housing. Thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, thank you for being a part of this amazing community, for choosing to spend your time in Azeroth and with each other. Now, without further ado, let's see what's in store for our home away from home.
Let's check it out.
After all, it's nearly midnight.
Ha 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 ha.
The void storm rages in the sky, a surging vortex of shadow and chaos. Xalatath has returned. Wielding the dark heart, she carves a path of destruction through once tranquil lands. Her all-consuming goal: devour the heavens, blot out all light, and bring about her midnight. It is in the shadow of this swirling storm that the defenders of Azeroth must rally once more. For peace, for the light, for the good. This is not a battle. It is a reckoning. At the Sunwell, that eternal bastion of light and hope, Lady Liadrin and Lor'themar Theron lead the Blood Elves as they prepare to make their final stand. Because across all worlds and all stories,
She has shoes
one
on.
thing never changes. Home is worth fighting for. Welcome to World of Warcraft Midnight.
Okay, there we go.
Your story begins on the Isle of Quel'thalas. In the immediate
That's how you
aftermath
say
of
it?
Xalatath's
Quel'thalas?
invasion, the Sunwell surges with light, calling out to all heroes of Azeroth for aid, while the vile creatures of the Void wage a relentless assault in the hopes of extinguishing it once and for all. Flying monstrosities attack from darkened skies, and malign foes manifest without warning to wreak havoc across the plateau. Stand true with the champions of Azeroth as they mount a desperate defense against this invasion. For if the Sunwell falls, so too does the world.
Okay, I gotta keep the Sunwell up then.
The defense of the Sunwell leads you directly into Silvermoon City.
Silvermoon, that's what I was trying to
But
think of earlier.
not the
Here we
one
go.
you know.
Okay.
The renewed light of the Sunwell symbolizes Silvermoon's revitalization, shining over a city fully restored to a thrumming, living capital. Familiar landmarks gleam with fresh polish, while new areas like the Sanctum of Light and the Garden of Remembrance offer countless nooks and stories to explore. Inside the city walls, the threat of Xalatath's war draws the Alliance and Horde into wary cooperation, with shared spaces hosting common services like trainers, the auction house, vendors, and more.
Okay.
Around a third of the city remains off-limits to those under the Lion's banner, so the Alliance allegiant should tread lightly or risk being attacked on sight. Outside the city walls, however, is where your role in the fight against the Void really begins to take shape. The strength of the Sunwell infuses Eversong Woods with restorative energy, healing much of the damage of wars past and filling the zone with new growth and new life. All of what you remember of this lush, thriving forest is here. But Eversong is also a reimagined landscape of increased scale and greater beauty. Most noticeably, the Ghostlands and Eversong Woods are now joined into one large zone, which is itself joined to the Eastern Kingdoms.
Oh, okay.
Eversong's flourishing fluorescence is not without complication. Though the Sunwell's light is a boon to the environment, its surging power causes pockets of light bloom, small groves of light-enriched growth, to experience surges of their own. The light bloom's rampant propagation, if left unchecked, threatens to smother all life under an overgrown tangle.
Okay, I like
Your
that.
adventures through Eversong will have you investigating the light bloom, dealing with the aftermath of a Hawkstrider chick gone wild, helping a suspicious apothecary with questionable motives, untangling the secrets of two feuding nobles, and even getting caught up in a sinister murder plot, alongside Magister Umbric as he works to crack the secrets of the Void.
Sick.
It is up to you how your story progresses beyond Eversong Woods, with 3 available paths you can tackle in any order. Brave the ancient troll kingdom of Zulaman, investigate the gnarled hidden roots of Haranir, or accompany Arator on his journey to better understand the light, the void, and himself.
That sounds dope.
Zulaman finds the Amani troll empire at one of its lowest points. The homeland of warlord Zuljin, Zulaman was once a place where Loa bestowed to the Amani their godly strength, and were devoutly revered in kind. The temples still stand, weathered but proud. The eagle, the lynx, the dragonhawk, and the bear. Ascend wind-swept sky-scraping peaks, explore ruins shrouded in fog, traverse stormy wilds teeming with vicious beasts, and accompany Zuljara, granddaughter of Zuljin, and the pragmatic pillar of strength now leading the Amani, as she seeks a means to save her people from void-aligned cultists and the monsters they revere. The Amani are invaluable allies in the defense against Xalatath's invading force. If you help them fight for their home, they will help you fight for yours. At the confluence of the world tree's roots lies an impossible primordial jungle known as Haranir. It is here that Azeroth's entire history wraps, twists, and braids, a literal entanglement of all that has been and all that will be. Haranir is a land of magical, powerful growth. Fungal towers, glowing moss bridges, and entire villages sprout from Haranir's wild, organic fabrics. The pulsing heart of this knotted tangle is the Cradle, once the domain of a nascent goddess, long vanished, and now the home of the Haranir, who have for generations lived secretly under its soothing light. The reclusive Haranir are a proud and insular people. They have long avoided interfering in matters of the world above.
Yeah, it's like
but
Avatar.
Xalatath's destructive ambition does not stop at the surface, and the Haranir can no longer afford the luxury of neutrality. There is another way you can help with the defense of Azeroth against Xalatath's cruel machinations. Accompany Arator, son of Turalian and Ilaria Windrunner, on a continent-spanning journey in the hopes of bolstering the Sunwell and strengthening the vanguard of the light. This story-driven adventure finds you traveling with Arator as he searches for sacred relics and attempts to peel back the mysteries of the Void, all while grappling with his own relationships to his family and the light. Arator's mission brings new experiences to familiar locations. Defend Light's Hope Chapel from an attack by Scourge
Max out
forces.
Hope.
Fight through the darkened corridors of Scarlet Monastery to put to
Yeah, I'm
rest
definitely
those
gonna
who
do
would
this one.
pervert the light for their own nefarious gain, and work with Sunwalker Desco in Hammerfall to help Arator in discovering the paladin he aspires to become. Arator's story reaches its climax in the shadow of Blackrock Mountain, where alongside the Sons of Lothar, he must face the weight of his father's legacy and decide once and for all
that's a cool
whether
shot.
he is willing to rise to meet it. The raging center of an unraveling shadowy maelstrom and the epicenter of Xalatath's power, Voidstorm overflows with violence, chaos, and hostility.
This is like a TBC expansion, bro.
Storm fields twist and
Like
fold
Netherstorm.
its space. Gravity becomes untethered and tethers again. Insatiable void creatures known as Dominar stalk the storm, each one as unique and ancient as it is hateful and hungry. They carry on their eternal hunt for power under the black gaze of 3 enormous nexus points, hubs of the malicious dark energy Xalatath draws upon to fuel her void spar and conduct her unyielding assault against the Sunwell. Join Azeroth's champions and the Void Elves in their quest to understand what powers this storm and stave off its approach. Though much of the world of Midnight lies in the ominous shade of the encroaching void, there is at least one refuge for the weary.
Housing
The
Hive?
Cantina.
Oh,
What began as a
never
hidden
mind.
sanctuary is now a not-so-secret tavern haven for Horde and Alliance alike. A big, cozy
Okay.
space filled by music, chatter, and life.
There's a bar for Horde and
If the
Alliance.
void is the
Okay.
bleak and the cold, the Cantina is its opposite. A warm spark in the heart of every patron.
Good thing I'm on Moonguard.
It is a place to gather with
Let's
friends,
go.
find
Okay.
the perfect comfy sitting room, or just soak in the atmosphere of a well-traveled watering hole. As a crossway for people of
Nice.
all kinds, the Cantina also serves as a source of new adventures. Familiar faces stop by here and there, spinning stories and offering quests that send you far across Azeroth in search of relics of the past. Follow the course they set for you to discover a fresh perspective on familiar locations. Xalatath is determined in her destiny, an unrelenting foe with an army that never sleeps. But you can't live every moment in grim resistance. The Cantina is always here, should you find yourself in need of a little respite.
That's kind of cool. A neutral bar.
The mysteries of the origins of the Void and the knowledge and power to stop it are not to be found only on the surface. For true deliverance, as always, hides in snarled labyrinths, looming temples, deadly ruins. These delves, dungeons, and raids are the real font of power, the sacred and defiled spaces from which strength is not just earned, but taken. Across this
Delves high.
void-darkened world hide myriad delves overflowing with incalculable danger. Located on the Isle of Quel'thalas, Parhelion Plaza is an outdoor delve that drops you into the heart of the defense of the Sunwell.
That's kind of cool.
Fight against the surge of the Void's attack by restoring Parhelion's defenses, commanding an artillery of light, ducking into pocket dimensions, and putting down Gladius Slaughter, a Dominar who uses
This
summoned
delve seems pretty
Voidwalkers
lit.
as weapons against your stand. Expect to plunge the depths of 9 other delves and one seasonal nemesis delve when Midnight launches. You do not have to face these delves alone. Valera Sanguinar is a powerful new companion with a
Okay.
rogue-minded approach to problem-solving.
I think
As a
I'd
DPS,
take
her
Valera
killing
over
spree ability
Bran.
has her moving through the shadows to lash out at multiple enemies. As a healer, she uses vampiric reaping to rip away the life force of enemies
Yeah,
into
definitely an
orbs
upgraded
you can
companion, I'd
collect
say,
to
for
heal.
sure.
And as a tank, she uses your first mistake to taunt and do damage over time to any enemy that turns their back on her to attack her ally. Valera is also a prolific provider of poisons that, depending on her role, empower you with more damage, better avoidance, increased speed, and more.
Nice. All right. Dungeons.
Your adventures in Midnight eventually lead you down darker paths, paths that end in overgrown corridors and ruin-stricken relics, forgotten places of powers best left unstirred. Yet these dungeons promise plunder worthy of the peril, should you have the courage to overcome the challenges within. Windrunner Spire, the former residence of the Windrunner family, haunts the skyline of Eversong Wood's western shore. The strained relationship of its namesake sisters, Verissa, Sylvanas, and Ilaria, imbues its halls with a sullen, spiteful energy. The restless spirits bound to this animosity threaten all who draw near. Among these spirits walks the Windrunner's sole brother, Lirith, who needs your help in quelling this restlessness and clearing his once great home of hate. Serenity, however, is not so easily claimed. There are other forces that seek dominion over this domain. Emberdawn, a fire-colored dragonhawk, claims the dilapidated gardens of the Spire as a nest for her young. She is fiercely territorial, answering intruders with both talon and flame. The derelict duo comprised of the Banshee Callis and her loyal abomination Latch lead a band of fanatical undead in a hunt for relics tied to Sylvanas. They meet outside interference with a mix of shadowy magic and brute strength. Commander Krolok, a merciless orc who oversaw countless conquests during the Second War that took Lirith Windrunner's life, stalks the Spire with an insatiable bloodlust. Since being slain in vengeance by Ilaria, Krolok knows only torment and the desire to pass it on. The restless heart, a concentrated whirlwind of grief and suffering born from the conflict of the Windrunner sisters, envelops all who remain in turbulent turmoil. This swirling specter takes the form of a ranger,
Sick.
combining the power of the wind with volleys of arrows to cut down the uninvited.
Bro, I want to look like
Windrunner
that.
Spire was, at one point, a living embodiment of family and of legacy. With the help of Lirith and your allies, you can make it so once more. 7 more dungeons await you in Midnight, each one crawling with the cutthroat and the craven. Magister's Terrace and Murder Row in Eversong Woods, the Den of Nalorak and Mysara Caverns in Zulaman, Blinding Vale in Haranir, and the Voidscar Arena and Nexus Point Zenith in Voidstorm.
Cool. They all look sick. It seems like a nod
The
to
most
TBC,
tyrannical
man.
antagonists of Azeroth work their dark deeds from within Midnight's 3 new raids. The Void Spire, where 6 bosses hold court over the heart of the Void and muster against the amassing vanguard of the Light as it readies to storm the walls of Xalatath's stronghold. The Dream Rift, where you must join in the hunt for an undreamt god that never should have been, and put down half-birthed abominations that lash out against existence itself. And the march on Quel'thalas, an encounter still shrouded by the fog of war beyond the known presence of Beloren, the void-corrupted phoenix, who stakes a ceaseless watch over the entrance to the
That would be a
chambers
sick mount.
beyond.
Hopefully not a store mount,
The
though.
Void threatens to end all of Azeroth, to rend the world in the squall of a black tempest. But the extraordinary power it carries does provide opportunities to those heroes willing to embrace it.
Bro, I'm going to play this spec.
Devourer demon
Yeah.
hunters bend the Void to their will, ripping Void fragments from their enemies and using them
I'm
as the
definitely
power
gonna try
source
this
for
spec, dude.
cataclysmic spells. They are mid-range damage dealers, armed with a summonable Void Scythe, darting in and out of the fray as they dance on the line between control and chaos. Voidblade and Hungering Slash work in concert. Dash into melee range to deliver a series of crushing Void Scythe attacks, then use Vengeful Retreat to escape the enemy's reprisal. You can also start this combo off with a Void-charged The Hunt. Metamorphosis transforms you into a familiar state of cursed power. The more you feed it, the longer it lasts. Ride the
Shadow
wave
Priest.
of annihilation by tearing apart souls and staying alive. Reap is a sweeping scythe attack that consumes all of your soul fragments for one massive burst of damage. Use Void Ray to cut through
I mean, this
enemies
looks
in a
cool.
straight
This
line
looks cool.
and leave them smoldering. Collapsing Star channels the immense energy of a dying star, focusing it into one single destructive blast.
Sick.
The more you cast it during your Void metamorphosis, the stronger it gets. Demon hunters also find themselves with new disciples in Midnight. Void elves are sharpening their warglaives and joining the hunt.
Yeah. Okay.
Newly awakened to the dire threat of Midnight, the Haranir join the fight for the surface as the next playable allied race. Haranir are deeply entwined with the organic world. Theirs is a culture shaped not by cities or by conquest,
Troll and Night Elf,
but by
right?
the roots, the stones, the quiet pulse of the deepest breath of the world. Their armor, their weapons, their skin, all are infused with the inner light of organic power. Even the mightiest primordial predator in Harandar knows to fear the telltale luminescence of a Haranir's markings in the dense jungle brush. They are primal, ferocious hunters, a force of nature unto themselves, who possess the racial ability to travel along the roots of the world, from Harandar to any world tree, or from anywhere back to Harandar. Haranir are versatile warriors who can choose from a wide range of paths, including those of the warrior, hunter, rogue, priest, shaman, mage, warlock,
Wow.
monk,
Is that
and
everything?
druid.
Is that everything?
The last of which has all new forms that reflect the Haranir's unique connection to those hidden parts of the earth.
No Pala? Okay, yeah.
Prey is a secret opt-in initiative run out of Silvermoon City
Slayer
by
Hug?
Astalor Bloodsworn, a blood elf with what some might call a colorful past. Astalor is after one thing: anguish, a powerful magic siphoned from Azeroth's deadliest threats, and he's offering generous compensation to heroes who are courageous or foolhardy enough to go chase it. Astalor's lair in Murder Row is your base of operations for Prey, the place where you pick your targets, track your progress, and collect your rewards, including cosmetics, mounts, titles, and housing items.
Okay.
The deeper you go, the harder the challenges, and the more you unlock. Prey has 3 difficulties. Normal, which serves as an introduction to the system, along with offering plenty of challenge. Hard, where the ambushes get meaner and the encounters more intense. And Nightmare, which is just about the fastest way to gain intimate knowledge of Midnight's many new and scenic graveyards.
That seems fun. I
Prey
think I'll
can
check this
ambush
out.
you at any time, whether you're questing, exploring, or minding your own business. Each time you defeat your target, you increase your advantage by tiring them out and buying time to find whatever dark hole they're hiding in. Higher difficulties incorporate torments, personal afflictions that only impact you. Torments cause a wide range of effects, like creating an AoE damage puddle under recently deceased foes, or haunting you with a bloody spirit that deals lethal damage when it catches you. A torment can also manifest in the form of Astalor's impatience, forcing you to make a kill within a specific time limit before Astalor simply extracts his payment from you. Prey targets are all different, and all deadly. Magister Sunbreaker, a disgraced blood elf whose reckless magic is a threat to Silvermoon and everyone near it. High Vindicator Vareem, a zealot who believes the void can only be defeated by covering the entire world in holy flame, and is ready to put that belief to the test. Executor Canius, a sadistic dominar whose primary hobby is murdering anyone foolish enough to challenge his martial prowess. Prey is a way to add excitement, unpredictability, and challenge to your journey through Midnight.
I wonder how much longevity
But
this is
be
going to have,
warned,
though.
there's a reason Astalor isn't chasing these targets himself. For those who tread the
Housing
warm
hog?
paths and
There we go.
soaring skyways of Azeroth, it is more than a world, more than story, character, or conflict. Azeroth is, and always will be, home. Housing in Midnight is dedicated to that ineffable feeling of being part of something bigger, of something greater, of living a real life as a true part of a real world. Housing in WoW is built to give you boundless self-expression in the place you call yours. Collect hundreds of decorations and dive deep on customization. Place, rotate, scale, and move items to your heart's content. This is more than changing a coat of paint or choosing a different picture frame. It's a sandbox for your imagination. World of Warcraft has over 2 decades of content, and the time you've spent in Azeroth over the years will yield a bounty of housing rewards. Milestones like completing your Legion Order Hall campaign or finishing completionist achievements like Back to the Beyond will award housing items post facto. You'll also earn decor through dungeons and raids, reputation vendors,
Rank 1 titles?
achievements, quest lines, housing endeavors, the auction house,
Rank 1 titles?
holidays and live events,
Gladiator mounts?
and crafting. All professions from all expansions can craft decor. Search the world for lumber, a new gathering resource, and use it to craft decorations that can be bought and sold
Where's the
on the
PvP?
auction house. Many housing-specific
Whoa.
items can be dyed, giving you greater control of the finer details of decorating. Imagine your dream home. Collect and craft the decor to bring it to reality. Then tweak it until it is just right. Floor plans are flexible. You can rotate and stack rooms to create multi-floor structures. A variety of room types and shapes are available, including normal squares and rectangles, L and T hallways, as well as some more fantastical configurations. Advanced mode takes the toolset even further, allowing you to adjust each piece of decor exactly as you want.
You could spend a lot of time in here. Yeah.
Float, scale, and
Yeah.
more
I mean,
to make your
yeah.
home a perfect reflection of your taste.
Crazy.
And that's just the inside. The outside of your house is also customizable. Place
no, the
your home
housing-
how
the
you
housing
want
feels
it
good,
on
man.
your plot. Add fountains, statues, planters, and more. Change out your windows. Pick the perfect chimney. Add a tower, and decide on the door of your dreams. Exterior plots also have the same advanced mode as interiors
Oh.
for even more modification.
I haven't looked at exterior plots
At
yet.
Midnight's official launch, you'll have a choice between exterior themes based on orcs, humans, blood elves, and night elves. These aren't just skins, they're full architectural styles with unique customization options. Orc homes feature hide rooftops, bonfires, and rugged surfaces. Human homes are rustic, with sturdy stone walls, warm wooden floors, and colorful banners. Level up your house to unlock more flexibility. New rooms and floors, bigger house sizes, increases in the number of spots for decor, and more. Every house is in a shared zone known as a neighborhood, where you and others can show off your homes, build community, and participate in rolling challenges to
I
earn
wonder how you
housing
opt into a
rewards.
certain neighborhood or opt out.
Neighborhoods feature a wide variety of biomes,
Is there an
from
HOA?
spooky forests and coastal plains in Founders Point to lush oases and windswept bluffs in razor-wind shores. All contain different kinds of plots. Some are secluded and quiet, while others are clustered for the socially vibrant. Your neighborhood is faction-coded in its aesthetics, but not faction-exclusive in its residency. You have the choice between two types of neighborhood. Private neighborhoods where guilds or groups of friends can form their own space.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Public neighborhoods where you'll find a home among friends you haven't met yet.
That's kind of cool.
Private neighborhoods
AKA
come
if you
in
have no
two
friends.
varieties. Guild neighborhoods, which scale to fit your guild roster, and charter neighborhoods, which are capped at 50 homes and are perfect for tight-knit communities. Endeavors are monthly neighborhood-wide activities that bring everyone together to complete tasks, unlock themed
Interesting.
decorations,
Okay.
and contribute to helping your neighborhood evolve. Participate in endeavors to earn house
I wonder how
XP
lit this is
and
gonna be, I don't
community
know.
coupons that give you access to exclusive decor. Above all, housing is designed to help you find your
This is
perfect
gonna be lit on
space
Moonguard, bro.
and transform
Definitely.
it to your own fantasy haven. To create your own home, sweet home.
Bro, I
And
wanna
there
be
you
Weed
have
Elf's
it.
neighbor, man.
Thank you so much on behalf of the entire World of Warcraft team for joining us for this overview of Midnight. And if after what you just saw you can't wait to get your hands on housing, don't worry, because it's coming your way if you have Midnight in early December of this year.
Hype.
Thank you again, and we'll see you in Azeroth.
Okay. It's kind of the overview. The lore, the features, the zones, the delves, the dungeons, prey, demon or spec, housing. Okay. New and returning players, lore walking, updates. All right. Situational outfit swapping. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Apex talents. Yeah, new talents. Yeah, that makes sense. Streamline skywriting.
Friends,
what does
we
that
hope
mean?
you've enjoyed this deeper look at Midnight. But as you can see, this fight is far from over. The drums of war thunder once again, and Azeroth needs her champions, now more than ever.
That's us, guys. She needs us. Pre-purchase now. All right. Guys, W's or L's in the chat right now. What's going on? What's happening? WWL, WWL. Okay, it's like very mixed. Okay, I think the AI breakdown is pretty accurate with the mixed reports here. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're like, I say this so much, bro, but like, if you're a classic Andy and you want retail to be like classic again, it's an obvious L. It's not doing that. But if you're a retail Andy and you're just excited for new dungeons, new raids, new features, new housing, new delves, new dungeons, new prey, updated transmog systems, that kind of stuff, it's a massive W, right? So I guess that's pretty much how it goes. Like if you just don't like retail anyway, then you're not gonna like this because it's still retail, right? But if you enjoy retail in its own way, like I do, and it's like, all right, we're just getting retail, but it's better in a ton of ways. Cool, let's check it out. So, when's the Q&A? 8 minutes. All right. Oh, here it is. Viewers in the chat are expressing excitement about the new WoW content, particularly the housing feature. Some are discussing race options, while others are inquiring about specific game mechanics and collector's editions. Thanks, AI Summary. Nice.